Hi Pisces, welcome to your week ahead tarot scope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Your key to the week this week is the Magician card. What do you want to create? All right, that's what the magician always asks you, whispers into your ear. If I gave you a magic wand, if I gave you the power in your hand, what would you do with it? So this week you have to answer, right? What is it that you want? What is it that you want to create for yourself? It may very well be as well, for some of you, this could be a week where you're getting an accolade or some kind of recognition. This could be where you are thrust into a leadership position. For some of you, it might also see you kind of figuring out where you want your name to speak for you, right? So it's like, this is like, for me, it's in this world, right? In the spiritual world, in tarot, astrology, numerology, this is where I wanted to make my mark or to have an impact on the world in some way, shape or form. So this week, where is it that you feel like you are supposed to make an impact? Because once you make that decision, the chances are the road is going to open up for you to meet you so that you can get there. The other thing is you could be having conversations this week with a boss, with a very powerful person, or maybe with somebody that's highly educated or very skilled or qualified in some regard. And then finally, with the Magician card, this really is about magic, right? It's about tapping into the divine source of power and wisdom that is always available to you should you open up to it. For your I just want to say, for those of you that did purchase your 2023 tarot scopes, I absolutely love and appreciate every single one of you. It really does mean the world to me. I worked really hard on those, as I'm hoping it kind of shows. For those of you that are waiting to purchase those, what are you waiting for? There's a link in the description box below. There's also, so for $4.99 you're going to get the eclipse overview video, which you won't find on any of my other platforms. I'm not releasing that as a standalone, but it is a standalone video inside the product. On top of that, you're getting a 90+ minute video tarot, astrology, numerology. I'm talking about everything. You get your lunations, how your new moon and full moon are going to affect you this year, things to watch out for that, and a 19+ page printable document of the big astrology transits that are going to affect you and your sign and how they might show up, all for that $4.99. If you want to get the bundle, you can do it for $24.99. And if you wanted to get your sun, moon and ascendant, the instructions of how to do that are in the link in the description box with the link. Thank you so much for allowing me to sell to you from time to time. There's not many things that I offer, right? So thank you very much. All right, for your actions and options, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your actions and options, you have the Chariot card, right? Look at that, the Chariot card here, bang, with the Magician. Not only is this like your personal power is high, but it also suggests that there is either a connection from far away and or internationally. This could be a job offer. It could be an opportunity to collaborate with or work with somebody that comes very much by surprise. The other thing that I will say to you is, you might convince yourself that you don't have the smarts for this or you haven't got the time. I'm going to tell you straight up, you do have the time. And even if you're saying that you don't, make time. Opportunities like this don't just show up all the time. So I'm going to say, like, conquer that part of you that says, oh, I can't do it, or make time, right? And this isn't to say don't do what's humanly possible and all the rest of it, like, of course, but this could be really great. And the other thing, because it's the Chariot, so take your time with it. You know, just because something is a good experience, it's like, you know, when you've got like a really nice dessert, you don't just in one bite, do you? Unless you're a complete gannet, and not even I am that. Right? Like, you savor it, you take time with it. The reason I say this is because the Chariot card can sometimes lead to the Tower, right? So if you're not paying attention or if you're going too fast, but I feel like this is, you're going to miss the beauty, the enjoyment, or the lusciousness of the experience if you take it too quickly. For your communications and conversations, you've got the 9 of Pentacles. This with the Magician card, this is going to be a week that does require hard work from you. You have this with the Chariot card as well. So it's like it's not just the frequency of work that's high this week, it's the quality and the quantity that are expected from you at the same time. The only way that this really becomes an issue is if you're not really taking your time to work through all of it. Yes, you know, you have to work at a pace. It's like, you know, if you've ever worked at a bar, and a lot of people have when, you know, when you're young and you're studying and all the rest of it, you work in bars, right? And, you know, you've got masses of people and you just have to, right, trudge through it as quick as you possibly can, but you don't want to get it wrong because you don't constantly want to have to change orders and refund money and right? So you got to get your head in the game. This is one of those weeks when it comes to those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, something that you have crafted or worked really hard on, whether this is an essay, whether it's your thesis, whether it is your, you know, even a physical item that you've made, you've done more than enough. It looks like you've created something of true, profound beauty, or, you know, like real, not clarity, not intelligence. You know, like when somebody writes an article and once you've finished reading it, you're like, wow, like, you know, like I feel like my life has been changed in some way. Whatever you've created as a student, you know, you guaranteed, like you'll probably hear the words from your teachers, your lecturers, or, you know, your superiors, if you like, I guess is the word, where they kind of say, wow, you know what, like this is something special. You've done something really, really awesome. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, similar kind of message, but I kind of get the feeling here that where usually you just kind of try to downplay it, it's like you're saying, yeah, no, I know I did a good job. What's in it for me? All right, for those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, or solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, again, this could be a product, it could be a service, it could be something that you've been working on that you are super proud of. It's like, you know what, this is, I can say this is the, because I've worked my bloody butt off to make it that. It also suggests as well, for those of you that are business owners, it's like it's mostly done, but there are a few tweaks that are going to need to be made here. So there's some final sort of adjustments to it. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, honestly, this feels to me like you are spending time with loved ones or people that live at a distance, or you're planning to visit them, and you will need to visit them. Like you're needing to connect with, you know, people that are, yeah, like you'll need to connect with people that are above and, not above and beyond, but further away in some regard. For your love and relations, you've got the Hierophant card. This with the Magician. So for those of you that are single, you could be meeting somebody that's either very traditional, maybe somebody that's very accomplished in their field, maybe very learned, very educated. With this, with the Nine of Pentacles, they're probably quite easy on the eyes. Either that or the way that they communicate with you makes you feel kind of like, you know, like you could be really feeling that sort of connection or that vibe. I gotta say, it looks like they don't live in your area. So whoever you're connecting to, it's like there will be an element where you're having to travel back and forth for a while, and then it will kind of take shape. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this is you guys planning to travel as a couple. And again, this may actually be, it's either for your work or for your partner's work, but it's not like a, yes, it will be a leisurely trip, but it's like you're traveling as a part of something that you're doing with or for your work or their work. For your money and materials, you have the Death card. So this with the Nine of Pentacles, it's like a debt is finally repaid. Something that you've been putting money into, paying off, something that has taken what feels like forever. Now, finally, you can make that final payment. For some of you, this could be that you get an inheritance or money comes to you spontaneously through the partner. And because of that, you then kind of say, right, okay, now that I've got this, I'm actually going to put it into that and pay it off and have it be done. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is your reproductive system with the Magician card here. For those of you that are single and out there mingling and, you know, having brief, unrepeated encounters of an intimate kind. You really do want to be mindful of how you enjoy such proclivities, okay? And then when it comes to your home and environment, I've been talking about a move for a lot of you for a long time, and a lot of you have moved and changed environments. This, though, it feels like for those of you that work from home, that is probably going to be coming to an end very soon. So it's like whatever you're doing it out of the house, or you're doing it out there in the world. So that could be the shift that's coming up for a lot of you. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.